Social media is so fake and just feels like the biggest highlight reel right now. So I thought I would share some things that I'm struggling with in the hopes that it makes you feel less alone, because every time I open this app, I feel like I need to buy something or I'm behind or I need to do something and I don't. So, anyway, social media just gives us this very warped sense of reality, and I'm not about that. Honestly, the first thing that I feel like I'm really struggling with is money and feeling behind constantly. I'm 30. I do want to buy a house, have a baby, start my family, but buying a house just feels so out of reach. I don't think I'll ever be able to have that Australian dream, whatever it's called. And I was speaking about this with my partner recently. It just feels like you work really hard to buy a house and then you're in debt for 25, 30 years and you're struggling to pay your mortgage. So, how is that really living? I don't see the appeal to it. I don't see the point of struggling with money for the rest of my life and just not really living. I would rather travel and I would rather, I don't know, spend time with my friends and I don't just live life than be in debt for $1 million to get me not something that is my dream home anyway. And also, when I do have a family, how am I supposed to afford that? I can barely afford my life right now as it is, and I just don't understand how that's going to be a possibility. Personally, anyway, I feel like, honestly, every time I open this app, I feel like I need to buy something new. I need to have a nicer house. I need to have a new wardrobe. I need to buy new makeup. And I just feel overwhelmed by this constant need for things that are just crap. I have clothes in my wardrobe. I have a bed. I have a roof over my head. I have food in the fridge. Isn't that really all I need? I don't really see this need to constantly be validated by what I wear or what I look like rather than the person that I am on the inside. And we just place so much value on appearance. Such an ugly color. I also am just, I feel like I'm constantly fighting these voices in my head about how I should feel about my body and how I should look. And I always just need to remind myself of what my body's capable of, and that doesn't always look the way that people think it looks, and that's okay. But I also moved to Sydney 4 years ago, and I feel like I'm just starting to find my people, but I will say that I feel like finding friendships now is a lot harder than it used to be, especially, I guess, not working a traditional 9 to 5 job. You spend a lot of time by yourself and people have different rosters, and I feel like a lot of people don't value actually spending quality time. I'm really lucky that I found a few amazing women that I get along with so well, and it feels like we have very shared values, but those friendships take so long to build, and miss my friends back home on the Gold Coast. And sometimes it feels like it'll be easier just going back to that life, but I know I want so much more than that life can offer me. Honestly, there's just so much happening in the world at the moment. It feels very hard to go on as normal and pretend like all these terrible things aren't happening. And I feel quite helpless a lot of the time. I just want to do more and I don't really know how. I don't really know what to do. I feel quite debilitating, to be honest. I also just feel like there's this huge pressure to do and be everything all at once. Like, not allowed to just be and enjoy where we are right now. We have to like more and do more all the time. And it feels like quite exhausting. Like, we're not ever just satisfied with the life that we have. I also feel like I'm somebody who has a lot of ideas and dreams, and I find it really hard to find people who also dream big and who don't hear your ideas and think that's crazy. Are you going to be able to do that? I don't know. Honestly, my mental health has been pretty shitty some days. Some days I've struggled to leave the house, and that's just the stage that I'm in at the moment. And it's okay, there's nothing wrong with that, but it does feel like I'm going backwards at times. But that is life, I guess. I also feel like this overwhelming need to shrink myself and my body, and I just know that's not healthy in the way that it's supposed to be. But it doesn't stop those little voices in your head telling you to do all the things that you know you shouldn't do. I also feel like there's this intense amount of pressure to overtrain and to do a million things and train multiple times a day, and that's actually just like not healthy. I get it if you're an athlete, but everyday person, we don't need to be training 2-3 times a day. That's how injuries happen. And why are you training that often? Is it for performance? If so, your body needs rest. Is it to punish your body? If so, it's just not. You can't hate yourself into a body that you love. I hope you feel a little less alone, and you know that no matter where you are on your journey, social media is a great place, and it's a great place for creativity and being inspired by all these things and all these people, but there is so much more to life than what you see on a screen, and so much more to people than what they show you. We're all going through something that you can't see, so be kind to yourself and be kind to others, and you're never alone.